Okay, so I've had a good long paddle. It's just real zigzaggy and just highly channelized. You can see this is the entire Hillsborough River, but it's deep. So whatever happened, it cut this swath a long time ago. And the cypress knees stopped pretty quick towards the bank, and I see some palmetto and stuff, and palmetto don't like to get wet, so I guess downstream is where it does all the flooding. I'm sure it does some flooding here too, but not really. That's palmetto right there in hardwood. So I gotta be close to the spring. Oh man, I'm tired, but it's so spring-like and dead clear, and it's just real zigzaggy. I mean, which is must have something to do with the original lime rock where it erupted. So, yeah, I don't know. Just got to keep going. I'm kind of whipped. But you can see there's no trees down. I don't know why. I guess they just haven't. I guess it doesn't leave these banks. Oh my goodness! Look at the size of that thing. There's some big trees in here. You're gonna see these when I come around. But that's what they were after at the turn of the century, further south. Closer to Tampa and all that. They saw pileated woodpecker and 2 wood ducks. Don't see that. You don't catch them on film very often, man. They all this stuff scoots. I've seen 2 deer, both together, one deer sighting. But they don't trust the kayak, that's for sure. They don't trust anything. They move. These gators sometimes they don't care. I don't know why. But there's some big trees in here. But I'm just heavy zigzagging right now. But at least I'm not having to get out. I spoke too soon, and I'll be able to get around it. There's something right there. That's real pretty up in here, man. It's just dead clear. I haven't had to negotiate any logs or anything. It's really well-defined banks. You can see them 5 feet, 6 feet high on either side of me. Within the whole waterway is probably only about 60 feet wide. It's deep. I mean, it's 6, 8 feet deep, and it's real trapezoidal, rectangular. It's a lot of deep bottom. So this must be just an ancient floodway that doesn't leave its banks that much, I guess. Because I mean, there's cabbage palms and palmettos right there. There's a nice little dry tributary there. They don't like being flooded. Cabbage palms and the saw palmetto, they don't like being flooded. They don't encroach into the 100-year floodplain. And I don't know that I see saw palmetto. I can't really tell. But I definitely see cabbage palms. They're right on the banks. And they will grow on the banks, and you'll see them. You'll paddle under them, and they'll topple in and stuff like that. So they will get wet, the cabbage, but not the saw palmetto. I've got to be getting close. This is just perfectly clear. I'll get that down underwater in a little bit. Okay, and this is kind of where the battle is waged. There's some USGS Geologic Survey, probably it's a gauging station, no question. Probably operated by SwiftMud. It's got a solar power, and it probably has some sort of telemetry. It'll transmit water levels or flow, or certainly water levels. Back to the mothership, and that's the battle that goes on here. Is the fellow that owns this land leases the water. There's some organization here. Leases the water, or sells it or whatever, to it's now Nestle. It used to be Zephyr Hill Spring Water, and then Nestle bought them. I'm seeing some organization here. I'm not sure. We must be on the springs, but and that's probably some sort of negotiated boundary there. And so what the big battle is how much they pump out of the spring. Because when they take water directly out of the spring like that, they don't have to do all that much to it. Filter it, but it's not like they're, killing algae and killing chlorophyll and everything else. It's coming right out of the ground. It's pretty highly filtered, and then they just, kind of treat it, filter it but it's cheaper. It's got to be cheaper on the equipment, everything else. So, and then they can, you know, brag about being spring water. But the battle is, what the hell is that? That's a big structure. I don't know what that is. That must be some kind of viewing stand or something. But the battle is how much are they taking out and how much is left. I mean, there's certain species downriver that their whole world is only a few inches along the bank. So when you change the water levels, good God, that's a big gar. That is a big gar. I'll try to film some of those on the way out. Yeah, if you change those water levels by pumping millions of gallons a day out, you could wipe out a certain snail or a certain lizard or a certain who knows, and then that's when it all comes apart. But that's the big battle in here. Anyhow, all right, I think I'm there. I think I made it. I guess this becomes the controversial part. I guess that's the river. We've got some kind of a spillway all the way across the spring, and so this river goes on into the green swamp. It's a navigable waterway for, I don't know, maybe 8 more miles, maybe. But here's the old boil, and somewhere I'm sure they got their pumping apparatus in here. But this is the source, and then the river, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. They got it all walled off and posted, and see where they tried to make it a commercial enterprise before, and who knows what happened. But it's just cheaper for them to, call it conservation area. They've closed it. You can still hear it. There it is right there. I'm right at the dam. Okay, so this is the actual river. This is the Hillsborough River. So going back, of course, like this was tough paddling here because this little channel, we're flying probably 6 miles per hour, stuff like that. Maybe 1.5 or twice walking speed. But it's like a double-edged sword. At least you know what you're in for. But then you know what you're in for, and you're just tired. So I'm gonna take a really good break. It's only 2. I got 3 hours and 15 minutes to get back. So they lock the gate, and you got to call the ranger, and he kind of lectures you and stuff. But so yeah, I'm gonna get on going, and then I'll probably do a little more filming. I wasn't sure how much battery I had left. Like a decent amount of batteries. Man, there's a lot of crossings, and I can't forget that. I got to get going. So this is just beautiful. I'm gonna take a break here on this rock, and I might swim, and I'll take the camera in the water and just show you what it is. It's just really beautiful. So. All right, I'll check in with you later. See what it's like underwater here at the spring. It's hard to make headway. It's hard to make headway against the current. I got these shoes, but it's really pretty, really pretty. I'm gonna wash down the kayak now, get all that dead wood and everything out of it. Well, I pulled everything out of my kayak to clean it off, so this might be a good time to kind of talk about what I bring, in case anybody's interested. One thing I bring is this. I just made this extension. I just did out little bars of aluminum and I don't know, drilled it out to make it lighter, but it gets the GoPro up off the deck of the boat. They probably make something like that, but they didn't at the time that I did it. I hadn't seen it. I carry this Sea to Summit 5-liter dry bag. And inside I got I don't know what these are called, but this is like a large, like a technical towel, and then my wife uses this special kind of sewing machine to cut it little squares so you can A small one's almost as much as a really big one, so I should buy the really big one, cut it into squares. I got my new favorite trail mix from Whole Foods, which is basically just a bunch of, it's called Chocolate Cherry Carnival, but it's just got a lot of chocolate. So it's my new favorite. I carry some flagging because sometimes I get, I'm going places I'm going to kind of use as stop off points, kind of leapfrog myself, so I'll mark little things. What I got here? I got this batteries. Now this is a cool little bag. It's from Hilltop Packs. Half of it, it's got a divider in the middle, so you have your good batteries and your spent batteries. I got Sunbug cream that I carry. What's this? This little audio thing there's no way I can have audio with a little mic and everything. I should. You get much better sound that way, but, and then I carry a spare GoPro. That's it. That's the ready access dry bag. That's sitting right between my feet the whole time. Kayak's nice and clean, man. Nice and clean. It sits right between my feet the whole time. Usually what I get at mostly is the batteries and the snacks. Because when those things, that hunger hits you like that, man, I go ahead and get something before it really gets me. I carry a tree saw. Sometimes I'll carry a machete because I'll get out, especially on public lands. And but I carry this tree saw. I think it's a Corona brand. Yeah, it's helped me out a lot. I shouldn't touch it because I don't know poison ivy, but it's just, there just could be a 1-inch or 2-inch snag that keeps you from getting past something. It's just easier to take it out out in the middle of the river. I don't go up, I don't know who owns this stuff, but I know that I don't, so I don't go up on other people's land and cut limbs or trees or anything like that. One thing about it, though, when I got through that poison ivy, what I do is I'll just reach down in the mud, just get the mud, the dirt, and just really scrub your hands like you're trying to get axle grease off your hands. And I don't really have too big a problem. I'm not saying I'm immune to it. I'm not. I've had bad cases of it. I carry this metal. It's not a Yeti. I don't know what it is. Works great. I think it's a Mana. It's called a Mana. And then I taped it off and sprayed it with a Spectracide limb healer. When you cut a limb, you spray it with that black. It's the same thing as that. I don't know what that Flex Seal or whatever, but it's just half the price. Buy it at Lowe's. I carry this this box here. It's bright orange, which is good. It's got a compass on it, which, believe it or not, I've used it. And it's got a little piece of reflective tape on it for signaling. But the main thing is it's the driest thing I have, and that's phone, wallet, keys. A couple other things in there that a spare compass, as a matter of fact. But it's the driest thing that I have, and I say that because nothing is absolutely dry. If you submerge this, like you tip over and it gets shoved underwater because it's clipped in, it will let water in. If you close it and you have a little bit of a piece of Ziploc bag hanging through, it'll let water in. A piece of your towel or lens wipe or something that's through that seal, it'll let water in. So nothing's perfectly waterproof. All right, I got this. What is this? Fuji? It's a Fuji. I don't know. Fuji XP, I think. Yeah, Fujifilm XP. Just an underwater camera. I bought it reconditioned, and works great. It's got a pretty good mic. It's got a windscreen, so to give a mono I don't know, single speaker. I don't know, but it'll block out a bunch of other noise. And I've shoved it underwater. I've dropped it several times. It eats up batteries like crazy, and it also reads batteries sometimes like they're spent, but they're not, especially second, third, aftermarket type batteries. But it's just a water camera, I'll point and shoot. Got this reading glasses, and this is an old S8 phone, and I use it to control the GoPro. It's an old phone of mine, old Samsung phone. It's just got, I don't have a SIM card in it. I just use it, the Bluetooth, just to work to control the GoPro. This is like an emergency if I lose my glasses. It's just a reflector, and also it'll start a fire. But I use that, I keep a bunch of them on different places just in case I don't, because I have to read I got to read a GPS. I got to read who knows, my phone. If I lose my readers, I need about a 2.5
magnification, or else it gets really hard for me to read anything. I got this floppy old hat. I don't know what this is. I like it because I can stiffen it, I can tighten it, and I think it's just REI brand. I think I got it on sale too. I don't know. It's got good vents. That's the main thing. It's got good vents, but it keeps. Instead of a ball cap, I do wear a ball cap, but and stuff like this, it keeps stuff from going down your back. When you get under those trees, it has helped me keep stuff off my neck and going down my back. This is a what is this? Sea to Summit? No, Overboard brand. It's a 30-liter dry bag. This is what you can camp in or whatever, but again, it's almost perfectly dry. That's my sandwich. I carry these gloves for the way back because you get blisters. It's too bad. You got to get back. And I just carry them just in case. I carry a Leatherman because I've been in situations where you're got wire. Sometimes, especially hunting leases, will put wire across rivers and stuff that shouldn't do. But you just find stuff, and it's just a multi-tool. And I carry this JB water weld in case I punch a hole in the kayak on these rocks. Yeah, I mean I got to get out. Like that's the thing is you got to get out. Duct tape, same reason. And this is just about a 50-foot cord of 1/8-inch, just nylon, just old-fashioned stuff. It's nothing fancy. I just had it so long I never changed it. And then whatever that kind of spring clip is on the end. And that's just tying the kayak up when I need a longer one than this. This is that, I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called. It's Dyneema rope, something's am steel or something. It's god-awful strong, god-awful light. But I've just got a 15-foot stretch of that I can adjust with like a whoopee sling. It has this adjustable, I just wove it. And just to tie up the kayak like I'm doing right now, frankly. But this is 50 feet for other things, hanging things, who knows? Who knows? I just carry it. And then toilet paper. I carry toilet paper in a old Mentos bottle. Yeah, I don't know, I probably got in there. I plan on 6 feet a day of toilet paper, so if I'm out for the day I'll bring 6. But this in here is it's pretty packed full. I'll bet you that's probably 18 feet, maybe even more. And I think that's it. That's everything I carry. That's what I got. That'll get me there and back. I'm not camping. Just, I plan if I have to. Sometimes I'll bring a rain jacket, but if I had to sleep out here, if I had to signal somebody and sleep out here, I could make it. But I'm not gonna. I'd paddle back in the pitch black if I had to. But if I got hurt, seriously hurt, and maybe bound myself up. Oh, that's one thing I didn't talk about. Let's see what else I got in here. Okay, let's see what else I got. I forgot. I got this. What is this, Picard? I don't usually bring this with me. I just was too lazy to walk back to the car. I leave this in the car after I put it on. This is what I use for, you can see the staining there. This is what I use for where I'm pretty sure I got into this poison ivy within about 2 hours. If I have to dip out water and leave the stream, I'll dip out water and leave the stream, but it's dried and then sealed. But I have soap on it, like a biodegradable camp soap, and I'll just scrub the daylight, every part of my body that I can reach with this, just to avoid, to get whatever that oil is off me. And this is my first aid kit. It's also sealed. It's one of those kitchen seals. This is like a gauze that stops bleeding as well. This is a cleaning swab for like a puncture, like you got like a hook or a knife stab, accidentally, and you can get in there and clean it out. Just a couple band-aids, a wrap. This is, I think, 50 feet of really tiny, super strong. It's called Max Light or something. It's just it's one of those new high-tech lines. I got a couple Benadryl. I got a chapstick with some gaffer's tape wrapped around it. The Benadryl's for like a sting or something like that. If something got you, something bit you or something. And that's it. A couple of Aleve and some antiseptic wipes, some decent band-aids, and some self-sticking gauze. and that'll get me back, or get me stabilized for pretty much everything I've ever done to myself. And that is it. That's what else? I got an old Garmin. What is this? E-Trex. I've had them. I've had modern, real fancy handhelds, but man, this E-Trex, I just trust it and it works, and I don't know, it's just real durable. What else I got? That's it. That's everything I got. Oh, I carry this knife. Yeah, it's a big, but I've used it. I use it quite a bit. A lot of times, just chopping vines off of me, like against like a tree, to get them off the tree, to get them down. But it's an old, Army M3, I think, or M6 from Vietnam era. It's really sharp, pointy, and mainly it's if a gator got me, just came out and grabbed a hold. I just want it off of me as fast as possible. And if something like that happens, you're not gonna have time to go MacGyvering around for something. And I'll have this. It's really sharp, man. But that's pointy. It's just that actual piece. But yeah, I carry that, so whatever. Yeah, just in case. But all right, well, that's it. That's everything I got. Oh, I carry my bully stick. Talked about that 1,000 times. And I got a carbon Werner paddle that my son Tony got for me, Tony and Heather. I love that paddle. Love that paddle. I had an old, I think it was aluminum Werner. It was just half the price, but that carbon makes a big difference. All right, well, that's what I got. Okay, check in with you later. Look at this caterpillar. All right, well, that was a nice long break. I didn't take a nap or nothing. That rock was a little too jagged for that, but I did stretch my feet out, stretch my legs, arms out. Took a nice swim, ate lunch, peanut butter sandwich, and some trail mix. Got a good drink. I don't have a lot of liquid left, but it's 3 o'clock, and I've got about, I guess I got about 4.5 miles to go, but it's all with the current. But still, I mean, I know what I'm in for. It's tough, but everything's nice and clean and dry right now, so I'm just going to enjoy it. And I remember it was a nice long paddle coming in here, a little zigzaggy back and forth, but that's better than climbing over stuff. And you're not quite as fatigued every time you come to one. You're kind of like a horse in a steeplechase. You just don't want to jump over that last one, just wore out. But you're not quite as wore out, this way. We could go a lot quicker. So we'll just see what time we get out of here. It's 3 o'clock now, so 2 hours ought to be 2.5 hours ought to be doable. And if not, I gotta get the ranger to let me out of the gate. They usually don't close it right at sunset, but we'll see what they do. I'm getting my boat dirty. All right, well, we'll check in with you later. Ooh, that's a big spider.
I don't think that's that through coming in, but that wasn't bad. That wasn't too bad. I'm gonna get through these obstacles. We were cleaning these last time. Oh shit. That ain't good. I don't know where I lost it either. Lost the bully stick. Man, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. I don't know if the bully stick, I think, is worth going back for, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm going to go back for it. That's a tough one. That'll cost you some time. That makes it even harder to get out. I got it. It was on just a simple little snag. I was just paddling around. And again, it was where the lanyard was in the back, and it just took it right out of this little thing. So I got to learn it. You keep the lanyard in the front, keep your eye on it, because that was probably a half hour, or 20 minutes, and you know, half mile upstream, doing all this stuff again. It's a lot. It is easier going downstream. That current kind of helps you. Whereas, you know, getting over that thing, come on, 10 more inches. Okay, that's some ground to make up. I'm gonna get moving. But got my bull stick. I'm gonna need it. I mean, there's no question. I'm gonna need it. It's a little bit easy to say, oh, don't worry about it. But it seems easy now, but I'm gonna need it. I know that. All right. Well, I'll keep paddling. I'll check in with you later.